the edge of dust, in a ghost town's embrace, where the shadows stretch and the coyotes howl. An old church burns, the steeple lost in space, whiskey bottle clinks in the hand of the fowl. A lone whistle rides the wind from a distant train, echoes carry tales of what I used to be. Gone with the outlaw heart beneath the cursing moon's light, hunting the horizon where my demons hide in plain sight. Love's a forgotten grave, sworn by blood to never part. Tonight my soul's the price I pay, gone with the outlaw heart. The desert knows her secrets, keeps them close. Dust storms roar like the anger in my veins. She was the oasis, my reprieve, my dose. Her betrayal a noose woven from love's own chains. Silent deserts witnessed our vows crumble to dust. Her whisper, a serpent's left me broken, a shell of rust. Gone with the outlaw heart, chased by the shadows dark, running from the past where sorrow's etched its art. Love's a haunted tale in this land harsh and stark. Tonight I ride through hell, gone with the outlaw heart. In the mirror of the night, my reflection's lost. Face the man I've become at an unbearable cost. A showdown with my ghosts in the streets we start. Gunsmoke will be my host, revenge a bitter part. Gone with the outlaw heart, with each beat I depart from the man I once was to fulfill destiny's chart. This journey ends where it did start, in the silence of the desert. Gone with the outlaw heart.
Out where the chaparral meets the fading light, rode past the whiskey bottles glinting through the night. Through dust storms howling, shackles of the past, ghost towns, church of burning shadows that they cast. I'm riding through the ghost town, rain's cold in my hand. Accursed lands whisper over forsaken sand. Echoes of my heartbeat sink with a train's moan. Revenge a bitter rider, I face this road alone. Her laughter once filled the saloon, smoky space. till betrayal left its cold hard trace. A bullet with a promise under the desert moon. In forgotten graves they lay, taken all too soon. Riding through the ghost town, lost love, silent plea. Desert's breath, a furnace, still no solace brings to me. Ghost of her whispers dance in the dust swirl. Love lost in the shadows of this barren world. There at the gallows stood a man I knew, had brim shadowed eyes that couldn't face the truth. Silence was his answer, the rope told the rest. In this ghostly silence, my soul can't find its rest. So I'm riding through the ghost town, this pain I've come to own. Forgiveness is a stranger on these streets of bone. With each hoofbeat's echo, my heart's turning to stone. In the land of lost shadows, I ride on alone.
Under a blood-red sky where the vultures circle high, dust devils dance where the old church lies in ruin. Whiskey bottles clink in the silence of the ghost town. Every wall is a story, every shadow a warning. Echoes from the cursed land, they call my name. Through the whisper of the train, like a lost refrain. Here under the desert sun, where my sins lie bare, the wind carries my burden, a song of despair. Once loved a girl with eyes like the stormy night, betrayed by a kiss in the flicker of a lantern light. Her laughter now a memory, fading in the swirling dust. Her vows lie forgotten like a pistol left to rust. Echoes from the cursed land, a haunting plea. In the howl of the night wind, she speaks to me. Bound by blood-stained dreams in these silent streets, every stone tells a story, every echo repeats. By the burning church I kneel and pray for rain. Wash away her sins, cleanse my soul from pain. But the heavens stay silent, just like her grave, hidden wide in this cursed land. redemption has died. Echoes from the cursed land, I embrace the fire. A lone outlaw's lament strung on rusty wire. Let the desert claim me, let the spirits judge my stand. In the heart of the silence of this forsaken land. In the shadow of the valley, where the cold winds dare, lies a town too scared to whisper beneath the serpent's prayer. Whiskey bottles and secrets buried in forsaken sands, echoes of train whistles slipping through ghostly hands. Under the blood-red sky, where the lost souls roam, I walk these cursed grounds, forever calling them home. Prayers drowned out by gunfire, only the vultures care about the tales and the sins beneath the serpent's prayer. Years ago, a love was wrong 'neath the weeping moon's glare. Her laughter now just memories in the chilling night air. Burning churches to ash like snow, a testament to despair. Marked by stone crosses and rows of forgotten prayers. Under the blood-red sky, where silent deserts weep, I find her whispers in the storm, where the shadows creep. Revenge of bitter liquor, served colder than the night air. Drunk slowly with the ghosts beneath the serpent's prayer. Then came the night I stood face to face with my dread. Her specter in the wind spoke of the love we once wed. Vengeance or redemption, she cried with a mournful stare. Choose your path wisely beneath the serpent's glare. Under the blood-red sky, I laid my vengeance to rest, with her ring on my finger and her memory on my chest. Forgiveness, a hard-won freedom found in the dusty air. I walk away from the past beneath the serpent's prayer. In a ghost town's heart under a blood-red moon, whispering winds hum an old dead tune. Footprints lay hidden neath layers of soot, echoes of laughter, my dusty boots, past the old saloon where the whiskey's gone dry. Shadows dance where the lost souls lie. Dancing with dusty boots, on cursed land I stand, spinning with spirits, a bottle in my hand. The stars watching silent as old debts demand. Oh, I'm dancing with dusty boots in the devil's sand. By the burnt church's bell she swore her love true. Beneath wooden crosses our wild dreams grew. A betrayal came whispered on a hot desert breeze as she vanished like rain in the silent seas. Left a heart full of bullets and a grave unmarked. In the dust storm scream I lost my spark. Dancing with dusty boots, with a ghost as my guide, twirling through ruin, vengeance by my side. The moon's pale judgment in this place where hope died. Yes, I'm dancing with dusty boots where my old love lies. Whistle moans through the cracked canyon wall. My reckoning's written in the dust storm squall. With every step forward the past pulls me back. In this ghost dance my soul's painted black. So I'm dancing with dusty boots, revenge at my heel, across this damn valley, make the past kneel. Buried my heart where the cold church bell peals. Forever dancing with dusty boots, that's my deal. Each verse and chorus in this haunted desert ballad stirred with the grit and ghost of a land that takes more than it gives. A tale of a man entwined with his fate in the timeless dance of vengeance and lost love among the whispering sands. Out in the silence, under a ghost town moon, whiskey bottles lay preaching beside the saloon. A dusty wind cries through streets that forgot their names, where I dance my pains on the tracks of the midnight train. Oh, I'm dancing with a midnight train. It's wheels singing sorrow, calling out my name. In its haunting echo I find my bane. Under the starless sky I'm dancing with a midnight train. The chapel bells rang once in a fire's embrace. A lover's vow gone, smoke in a cold heart's trace. She left with a veil of shadow, my love turned to disdain. Now every night to that whistle I stake my claim. Oh, I'm dancing with a midnight train. Tracks wet with the weeping of old unending rain. Her ghost in the gusts through the window pane. With each whistle blow my resolve unwinds again. There in the whistle, the echoes of my sin, the deeds that night, the fire to fight the gin. A reckoning's due, the past rides fierce and fast, What's lost is lost, what's done it's meant to last. So I'm dancing with a midnight train, bearing scars too deep and love's relentless pain. Here amongst the ruins where spirits remain, I dance alone, the outlaw the night can't contain. Yes, I'm dancing forever with a midnight train. Under a blood moon, the desert whispers low, dusty bones beneath my boots, in the land where lost winds blow. A lone whistle cries from a train that's bound for nowhere, echoing the screams of my heart in the cold night air. Midnight in the shadows, where the cursed lands call my name. Each step's a reminder of my sorrow and my shame. Whiskey's my companion on a journey to the end, hunting ghostly memories in the shadows where they blend. I rode past a church, flames licking its holy spires, a testament to love lost and the wrath of old desires. She was a vision haunting the edges of my dreams, betrayed by a kiss, nothing's ever as it seems. Midnight in the shadows, under stars that won't forgive, silent as the graves where forgotten spirits live. Dust storms wipe clean the sins, but not the taste of regret. Bottle's bottom empty as I try hard to forget. In the depths of the silence, I face down my own ghost, confronting the past that I fear the most. The trigger feels cold, the night swallows my cry. Revenge or redemption, in the dawn one will die. Midnight in the shadows, where old debts find their due. I've settled all my scores, said my last adieu. Now I roam through the silence, the shadow and the drift. Midnight keeps the secrets that I chose to live with. The shadow of the mesa, where the sun forgets to shine, lies a town too dead for dying, kept alive by ghosts of time. Whiskey bottles roll like tumbleweeds, the dust storms hide the sins, while the train whistles mourn for souls, playing tunes of mighty bends. Here I'm buried in the ghost town, where the past won't find its rest. Underneath the blood-red sunset, with a badge upon my chest. Silence of the cursed land, hear the old church bell resound. My heart lies cold beneath the sand. Once loved a girl with wildfire eyes in this town of shallow graves, betrayed by kisses soft as lies, led me straight to early graves. Found her locket by the chapel where all our dreams turned to ash. Echoes of the snake's soft rattle ended with the lightning's flash. Here I'm buried in the ghost town, shadows stretch like fears unmet, haunted by the love I lost and the night we first met, beneath the cries of dusty wind, where old memories confound. My spirit wanders restlessly through the streets of the ghost town. Faced my foe at high noon's calling, guns ablaze and vengeful creed. His shadow long, but mine kept falling, till the desert saw him bleed. Now the whispers on the gallows laugh as night begins to drown what's left of a man when his honor's the cost in a land that's cursed and bound. So I'm buried in the ghost town where my sins lay bare and true. With each haunting, sorrows deepen like the night's darkest hue. Let the storms of sand erase me, let the rains cleanse what they found. May the echoes of my last stand fade here in the ghost town. In the shadow of a burnt down church, under the eye of a silver moon, whiskey whispers through the ghost town dirt, where love and vengeance met their doom. Dusty bottles tell the tales of forbidden loves and bitter trails. Each sip a story, each glass a grave, in the land where the lost souls crave. Midnight in the whiskey, on cursed the lands I roam, haunted by the echoes of what used to be my home. The wind cries out for justice through streets forever cold. Midnight in the whiskey where the truth is seldom told. There's a train that wails like a lover's scorn through silent deserts where dreams turn to thorns. She left with a secret in the dead of night, her silhouette fading by the lantern's light. Caught twixt the bottle and the blaze, a heart once pure now lost in haze. Promises crumbled into dust in this town of the damned and unjust. Midnight in the whiskey with shadows as my guide, searching for redemption on this ghostly midnight ride. The past claws at my spirit, refusing to let hold. Midnight in the whiskey where the nights are long and cold. Then at the stroke of midnight, by the old graveyard side, I saw her face in the moonlight, where secrets can't hide. She whispered of sorrow, of the love we once sold. In her eyes, the fires of vengeance, in that silent crucible. Midnight in the whiskey, where the lost are found, beneath the stars of sorrow, on this haunted hallowed ground. The church bell rings for no man, but tonight it tolls for thee. Midnight in the whiskey sets the darkest spirits free.
In the heart of dust where the chapel lies burned, whiskey bottles lay like memories spurned. A lone train cries out through the vast cursed night, ghost of a town faded from sight. Echoes from the ashes whispering sins, haunted by the shadows of might bends. Love lost to a bullet, marked by a stone in this silent desert. I wander alone. There's blood on the wind, a tale of deceit, a lover's vow dying in the summer's heat. Candlelit vigils with no one to mourn, a heart once whole now eternally torn. Echoes from the ashes calling me home, to a bed of dust where the bitter winds moan. Kisses turn to whispers beneath the old tree where we carved our names for eternity. Of my past in the midnight midnight glow. The truth cuts deeper than the sharpest blade in the ruins of the promises we made. Echoes from the ashes, revenge burns bright, clearing the shadows, restoring the light. I lay down my burdens by the cooling stream, letting go of the echoes and chasing the dream. Under a blood-red sky, the town church met its fate. Old wood cracked like the devil's laughter, echoing hate. A lone raven circling as shadows began to mate. Whiskey bottles and dust storms at heaven's gate. Burn, burn the devil's church fire, flames dancing with my sins, a ghostly choir. Betrayals heat upon the wind, whispering low in the ashes of love. Only cursed had passed to go. She was the preacher's girl, eyes wild with restless dreams. We loved beneath the steeple, hidden from moonlight beams. But her heart was a pendulum, swinging twixt extremes. Left me for another on the midnight train screams. Burn the devil's church fire, each ember a memory of lost desire. Through the smoke of her leaving, I see her face in the glow of the rooms, her empty embrace. Calling, stirring the grave. The church bell tolled once for each deceitful play. In the heart of the fire, I saw my way. Burn, burn the devil's church fire, my heart's revenge a pyre, climbing higher. From this haunted desert, no more I'll roam. In the silence of the ashes, I find my home. Horizon bleeds into the night. Silent deserts hold whispers of a vengeful plight.
There's a cursed trail they call the lantern path, where shadows move and good men don't last. Under the moon gold glare, the whiskey tells no lies. Dusty winds moan as another heart dies. Oh, the lanterns sway, but their lights grown dim on the path where sinners walk, the chance is slim. Ghosts of the fallen swirling in the sands, I walk with my regrets and blood on my hands. Years ago, love glowed like a fiery brand, till betrayal left me with gunpowder and a shaking hand. In a ghost town by the chapel's burning light, I lost my heart and set the world alright. Train whistle cries like the haunted souls below, forgotten graves where the broken spirits go. Yes, the lanterns sway, fading out of sight, carrying dreams of the cursed through the night. The dust settles on the stories best forgot. On the path of shadows, love matters not. Figure dressed in black, eyes like coal pits and a noose in his sack. Vengeance or peace, he asked a devil's grin. My heart knew the answer was blowing in the wind. Now the lanterns blaze as I take my stand. This path chose me in this God-forsaken land. Bitter the tale where the lost souls lantern path where the dark runs deep. In the heart of the whispering sands, I walk where the stories are drowned. Ghost towns cradle the cursed lands, whiskey bottles lay scattered around. The sun bleeds red over scorched earth, the burning churches, their sins unforgiven. I'm a silhouette trailing the dirt, chasing echoes of the life I've been missing. Beneath the desert wind, secrets like coal. Underneath the starless glow, dust to behold. I hear the train whistle like a ghost sing, calling me to avenge what's been stolen. Beneath the desert wind. Loved a girl as wild as a storm, in a town too parched for dreams. Betrayal came in a friend's form, left nothing but her scream. By an old forgotten grave we swore, but his bullet told me he lied. Now every dusk I'll wage this war, a shadow with nothing inside. Beneath the desert wind, pain cuts so cold through the silence of my wrath. Stories retold. That train whistle mourns like a hymn for the love lost and the hearts turned cold. Beneath the desert wind. face to face with the ghost from my past. Gun heavy with the truth I must grieve. Only one shadow will last. Beneath the desert wind, I find my fate in the heart of the land where the night be-rains. The train whistles fade like a whispering sin. Revenge or forgive, the hour grows late. Beneath the desert wind.
Riding through the ghost town, boots dragging in the dust, a photograph in my pocket, and a pistol starting to rust. Her name still burns like bourbon in the silence of my throat. And the stars don't shine above me like they did before she spoke. There's whiskey in the dust, blood on the barn door. She left with the preacher, I swore I'd even the score. Now I drink to her shadow and I spit on the flame. She took my soul to heaven and cursed me by name. The saloon's a grave of echoes, just chairs and broken lights. I carved her name on oak wood, for I watched it burn and die. My hands still shake from memories that the devil won't erase. She kissed me like salvation, then vanished without a trace. There's whiskey in the dust and the bottle's running low. No prayers left for sinners on this blackened rodeo. I ain't chasing forgiveness, I ain't begging for peace. I just ride for the silence where her memory ceased. Maybe death ain't the end, just a place she went before. And maybe I'll find her voice through that burned church door. But till then I'll keep riding with the wind at my back and this curse in my chest under skies painted black. There's whiskey in the dust and her ghost in my hand. I loved her like fire, now I burn like the land. She said not all men die, some just fade and combust. So I drink for the damned with my whiskey in the dust.
the chaparral meets the fading light. Rode past the whiskey bottles, glinting through the night. Through dust storms howling, shackles of the past. Ghost town's church a-burning, shadows that they cast. Oh, I'm riding through the ghost town, rain's cold in my hand. The cursing lands whisper over forsaken sand. Echoes of my heartbeat sync with the train's moan. Revenge a bitter rider, I face this road alone. Her laughter once filled the sullen, smoky space, till betrayal left its cold, hard trace. A bullet with a promise under the desert moon. In forgotten graves they lay, taken all too soon. No, riding through the ghost town, lost love's silent plea. Desert's breath, the furnace, still no solace brings to me. Ghost of her whispers dance in the dust swirl. Love lost in the shadows of this barren world. There at the gallows stood a man I knew, had brim-shadowed eyes that couldn't face the truth. Silence was his answer, the rope told the rest. In this ghostly silence, my soul can't find its rest. So I'm riding through the ghost town, this pain I've come to own. Forgiveness is a stranger on these streets of bone. With each hoofbeat's echo, my heart's turning to stone. In the land of lost shadows, I ride on alone. Out where the horizon bleeds sunset hues, old whiskey bottles tell their somber tales. Dust storms dance with ghosts of a cursed crew, and the train whistles moan old lonesome wails. Here in this dead town the church bell rang, once a beacon, now just fire and smoke. A testament to what the dark wind sang on tongues of flames where dreams and demons spoke. Echoes from the desert wind, silent whispers of the sins, burning hearts and cold goodbyes underneath these haunted skies. Hear the echoes clear and thin. Desert wind, take me again. Was a girl with eyes like stormy night, fell for a drifter with a shadowed past, promised her love under the moon so bright, but desert roses just ain't built to last. By the forgotten grave they swore their oath, neath the watchful eyes of starlit plains, until she found him cold, his heart betrothed to the desert's curse that in his blood remains. Echoes from the desert wind cry for love that might have been. Broken vows on sacred ground, lost souls never to be found. Hear the echoes mournful din. Desert wind, claim me again. In the silence between the sand and stone, found the truth written in the dusty ground. Her love was a ghost, forever alone, a shadow in the whirlwind, forever bound. With pistol drawn beneath the dying light, faced the echoes of his lies and deceit. Justice met with a quiet good night, left him lying where the earth and skyline meet. Echoes from the desert wind, final shots of revenge begin. Whispers fade into the night, desert wind, carry my plight. Hear the echoes now grow thin. Desert wind, I'm yours again. This ballad spins a tale as old and worn as the desert trails, meant for a voice that has weathered many storms, echoing the sorrows carved by the relentless desert wind.
In the dying light of a dusty town where the shadows stretch to claim the ground beneath is thirsty, scorched, cursed without a name. Echoes of a train whistle, cutting cold and sharp as a knife. Beneath the hollow sky, I ride this path, the last one in my life. Blood on the saddle, blood on the sand, blood drying under a cursed land. Whiskey whispers of vengeance and pride on this silent, haunted final ride. Blood on my hands where it's always been, painting sins in the shapes of men. Tonight I ride with ghosts by my side. Blood on the last ride. Once loved a girl with wildfire eyes in a chapel built of stone, but betrayal burned the bridges, left me wandering alone. Her memory a ghost town, her touch a distant dream. Now every mile I'm riding ain't quite as it seems. Blood on the saddle, blood on the sand, memories fade in this forsaken land. Whiskey numbs the heartache and pride, shadows stretch long on this last ride. Blood on my heart where it's seared and scored, each beat a reminder of the sword. Tonight I ride past wrongs to right. Blood on the last ride. In the stillness of the desert, a reckoning to face. Each step forward in this ghostly trace, from burning churches to forgotten graves, each soul finds its place. And in the dust my heart confronts the darkest truths it must embrace. Blood on the saddle, blood on my soul, this ride's my penance.
fence. This ride's my toll. Whiskey's my witness in the night so wide. To every whisper secret I confide. Blood on my hands said to be dried as dawn breaks cold on this last ride. Tonight the past and I collide. Blood on the last ride. As the sun rises red over lands best left dead, I leave behind stories untold in the silence, stark and cold. In the shadow of a ghost town, silent breath, where the wind whispers tales of life and death. A lone church bell tolls for souls unseen. In the dusk, a figure on the scene. Whiskey bottle clutched in a trembling hand, crossing cursed lands where no trees stand. Dust devils dance where the church once burned. A lesson lived but never learned. Gone with the devil's deal, he rides beneath the moon's cold watchful eyes. Lost love's heart and a cold gun's feel, riding out on the devil's wheel. Years back when the sky seemed brighter here, laughed with her under stars without fear. A stranger's promise, silver-tongued and sleek, led me down this path so dark and bleak. Forgotten graves mark my sordid trail, each a story, each a tragic fail. The echo of the train's last lonesome wail haunts my dreams through hill and dale. Gone with the devil's deal, he rides past hopes like tumbleweeds aside. Lost love's heart and a cold gun's feel, this cursed journey on the devil's wheel. In the mirror of the night, I face my foe, the devil in me I've come to know. Whispered deals in the dark have their price, paid in full by dawn's early light. Gone with the devil's deal, I roam burning bridges to what I once called home, with revenge's bitter seed to sow. Gone with the devil and the winds that blow. Each chord, each line a haunted note, strung on this lonesome road, forever young. Underneath the devil's black sun in a ghost town's embrace, whiskey bottles lay shattered, echoes of a fall from grace. Dust devils dance on barren lands where hope dare not tread. Train whistles moan through silent deserts, singing songs of the dead. Right through the shadows, under the devil's black sun, where hearts turn to stone and the rivers run dry. Lost love's a memory, fading at the end of my gun, in the land of the forsaken. once loved a girl with fire in her soul in a town too cursed to thrive. Her kiss was sweeter than redemption, the only truth in my life. But betrayal came on a burning church breeze with smoke that choked my faith. Now her ghost in forgotten graves whispers a lover's wraith. Right through vengeance, under the devil's black sun, where promises break and the shadows betray. Her love's a ghost now, shot down by my own gun, in the land where even brave men kneel and pray. Stood face to face with the man I'd become at the crossroads of sin and salvation. A showdown with my demons under the eyes of a forsaken nation. The truth hit hard like the desert scorching sand. All I loved was lost to the devil's own hand. I'll ride alone under the devil's black sun, through cursed lands where redemption is won with a gun. No turning back, the past is a shadow I shun, in the land of the lost until my days are done. Under the blood moon's eerie glow, whiskey bottles lay with secrets they won't show. In the heart of a ghost town side, a lone train whistle moans a forsaken lullaby. Ashes of the silent grave keep my bitter tales, haunted dreams of a lover's ghost where justice fails. On cursed sands where we once swore, now nothing but whispers of the love we bore. Dust storms dance on forgotten lands where I once held her with these trembling hands. Betrayal's knife, sharp and cold, left me with nothing but a memory to hold. Ashes of the silent grave speak of pain so brave, echoes of a burning church, the fate I brave. Whispers in the desert air calling me to atone. All that's left is a heart as dry as bone. Face the ghost of what can no longer be. The wind cries out a name through the dust, a cursed land's plea in redemption I must trust. Ashes of the silent grave where my demons lay, in the dark a gunslinger's path, come what may. Revenge or resignation under the cold moon's wave. I ride through the night, a soul no longer to save. A tale woven in the silence of desolation, a haunted melody, a gunslinger's last salvation.